X39 has really changed my life. I'm not stuck at home in pain in bed. I'm out here with my friends and enjoying my family.
Big thank you to Lifeway for helping me, helping my family, and helping the 100 people now in our team who are using Lifeway daily and their families. Big thank you. Love the products.
And I have energy through the roof.
I sleep better. I have so much more energy.
Throughout the day, I can focus better. I can concentrate in my work.
Our church worship service lasts 45 minutes. For the last 2 years, I've not been able to stand that long. 2.5 weeks into wearing the X39 patch, the pastor said, "You can now be seated." It dawned on me at that moment that, my goodness, I've been standing this whole time, didn't realize it.
After starting using the technology for approximately 2 weeks, my pain completely disappeared.
32 years of pain gone in 3 days.
I just love the products. They just help me to feel younger and younger year after year.
Thank God for X39.
My skin
reminds me of Ron Lord.
softer, firmer.
It's been really amazing.
I love X39 because it really helped reduce the inflammation in my knee. I can now run again. Woohoo!
Well, good morning, everyone. And welcome to the Thursday morning Live Younger training. And I'm looking to see if Janet Kiefer is on. And I am not seeing her. Janet, if you're on, if you can raise your hand, that would be great. But I am not seeing you. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just do an overview of a couple of things that have been happening this week. And last Thursday, we talked a lot about doing booths and trade shows and fairs. And one of the things that I've been working on this week is trying to collect and gather resources so it makes it easier to be able to find for you. And so I'm starting to load those up into the Live Younger resources section of the library. And it's under events. I think it's item number 6, if I remember correctly. And I'm starting to put banner ideas that are in there that I've found within the Live Younger Success Facebook page, as well as and Adele, you're on full screen. I'm going to see if I can figure out. Okay, thanks. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do it so that it's blocks instead, but we'll just go with what we've got for the moment. So yesterday I added in a couple of really good banners. I think Janet made one of them, which was really nice. And I'm working on setting up a tablecloth design that I saw one of the group had made after the LifeWave convention, because I could tell because they had the water bottle from the convention on their table. So that was it was really well done. So I'm going to put together also a list of items that would be suggested and recommended when you're doing a trade show booth or a farmer's market booth or anything, because there's a lot of good things that you can use. And now's the time of year when a lot of these types of events are starting to show up in people's communities. And just looking here to see if Janet's in here yet. Nope, still not seeing her. So over the years, my past experience has been to when you do booths, and we had some really good discussions last week from Anne Moreau's brother-in-law as to what to do and how to do it. But when you're talking with people, remember you're going to be going through a sorting process, and you can't reach out to everyone. And so one of the items that is a good thing to have is a drawing. And whether you want to give away a sleeve of X39 or a sleeve of Ice Wave would be the alternate one that I would recommend giving away. Using the form that's already in that meeting section and collecting people's names, it has a place for their email. I think it also has a place for their phone number, but then it asks them with check boxes what their situation may be, whether they're in pain, whether they want better sleep. And those are the things that at an event like that, I would focus on is, are you in pain? Do you want better sleep? The other one would be recover faster from workouts, especially with the X49. And so targeting your audience is what you want to do and get the most benefit out of. If it's a one-day event, you can do the drawing at the end of the day. And then if someone puts their phone number on the drawing slip, you can call them and say, hey, come on back over by my booth. We've just done the drawing and congratulations, you won. And then talk with them a little bit further and help them patch right then and there. If they need the specific patch. And you're going to want to also have some instructions there for them to be able to give to them as to how to use the patches. I was talking with another brand partner yesterday, and we were working on some of these things together. And one of the things that came out of last week's discussion was to have water. And there are 2.5 gallon jug, they're kind of oblong, that you can get at most grocery stores. I know that Walmart has them. I would assume that Costco and BJ's and some of these other wholesale dealers, wholesale clubs would have them. I would suggest using that, getting some paper cups, bring a trash can with trash bags so that you can collect the cups from people. Trash can doesn't have to be very big. You can just keep re-emptying it and stick it over to the side or stick it under your table. And give people the opportunity to be hydrated, because that's one of the questions that came up last week, I think, or on some session that I was on. Are you hydrated enough? Hydration is a very key point for being able to make the patches work even that much better. And when you give someone the winner the patch, I would also recommend getting them one of the videos in the mobile app, in the InTouch app, so that now you get the opportunity to start communicating with them and staying in touch with them. So let's see, is Anne Morrow on this morning? Moreau, rather. I'm not seeing her either. So if anybody would like to make a comment, or if they've done a trade show booth, if they want to share anything other than what I've just mentioned, or if you want to bring up any other subject that we can talk about, that would be fine too. So if you want to raise your hand, I can unmute you and let you share with us. Okay, so
Hey, Liz. Liz, it's
Casey. Let's see. Did it unmute you? Looks like you're available to speak now, Casey.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm not on camera, but I'm not presentable this morning. I have a question. I was at a recent event, and several people said they were interested in the patches. They looked at my information, they looked at my banner, but when I asked for their information, they said, no, I'll take your information. Well, we know what happens with that. They don't follow up. So how do you press the issue without being too demanding?
What I would do would be to open up my InTouch app and either ask them to put their information in or hand the phone to them and let them put it in and say, let's get you the video right now. That's what I would do. And if they don't want to do that, well, okay. What's your level of pain if they are in pain? And give them, patch them possibly right then and say, come back in about 10 minutes and let me know how it's working.
Yeah, I did all that, and it's funny that people are wary of giving you your information. I get that. One gal, we talked extensively about how this patches work and and I said, well, and she was telling me how much pain she was in. I said, well, please let me patch you. Oh no. So that surprised me. I was like, okay, so now what?
My point would be next.
I have a real hard time with that one. I am not that well versed and when to know the signals to say, okay, that's enough.
Yeah. Well, if they're not willing to, it's like you give a little, they give a little. You give a little, they give a little. And if that's not going back and forth, then it's time to say, well, thanks. And I've got some other folks right here that I wanted to chat with. So I'll talk with you later.
I love it.
Okay, so Heidi, you're up next.
Good morning, Liz Hodges. You're still in Orlando, right?
I am.
I am still in Pocatello, Idaho. I am in my little warm fuzzy hat this morning. It is a beautiful 49 degrees out my front yard.
That's looking forward why I moved to Florida.
Well, I'm looking forward to a booth that I'm going to be kind of sharing with a Crossline brand partner. I like to move around. I do not like to stand in front of a table. I don't like to stand behind a table, but I like to feel confident in what I'm sharing. But I'm sorting as I'm walking around. So I wanted to share one tip that I found helps me in response to how Casey was asking how best to ask someone for their contact information as a way of sorting. In my demonstrations, I use the paper cups, and if you'll allow me, I think I'm going to run in and go grab it while I'm saying this. And I just don't know if my tenant is going to be walking in and doing their morning breakfast routine. But I use a paper cup that literally folds into the size of a business card. If they're not willing to take a paper cup like this, smash it on the counter.
Yep. Heidi froze if that's her. I see Shannon's head moving, so I understand that that's not me freezing up. So, okay, we'll come back to Heidi and we're going to go to Rochelle right now. Oh, Heidi's back.
Sorry, I moved into my kitchen. Sorry about that. I got to go back into my Wi-Fi accessible room. So this is the paper cup. I don't know if you can see it.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so when you smash it, you can write on it. And it literally is a one use only. So by the time they have finished drinking that water out of the glass jug that I've poured while they're talking to me, and I'm sorting while they're talking to me. Okay, so they've already put their name on it. I've already asked them confidently for their name, and I'm starting to share, but I'm not really sharing because they're talking while they're, filling out their name. And I'm just asking them where they're coming from. The three main questions that are on the Gregory's presentation from Orlando, the three questions: what do you know about stem cell? And then the two other questions that I don't have memorized at this moment, I feel like I'm on the spot, but that is the confidence that you have to have. You have to practice it in front of the mirror. If you can't do it to yourself in front of the mirror and imagine yourself answering as the person writing out this information, then you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do the booth. You just shouldn't.
Yeah. Okay, well, great points. And I'm going to have to go rewatch Gregory's presentation because I don't remember either. Yeah, and that's on the Live Younger Success. That video is in there, I think.
Yes, and he asks three questions, whether it's a $50 booth or a $5,000 booth. Same questions in his same series. Just practice them. And if you can do those, you might as well have a booth and you'll be successful.
Well, the other thing too is that when you're out and about talking to people, it doesn't even have to be a booth. You can ask them those same questions. So getting familiar and getting it so that it just rolls right off of the tip of your tongue. And the key thing is listen. He who asks the questions controls the conversation. Okay. Learned that a long time ago. And by asking questions instead of regurgitating a lot of information, you'll get further with people. So great tips, Heidi. So thank you very much. Okay, Rochelle, you're up. Let me unmute you. You should be unmuted now.
Okay. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. So I was thinking that in terms of getting named, because I'm definitely one of those people who are very much on the skeptical side of things, especially when I don't know what it is. And when it comes to giving information, I'm always afraid, okay, my mailbox is going to get flogged with all this stuff and I'm going to get annoyed at it. So like at this point, I have an email for stuff where I know I'm going to get flogged stuff into. But when getting people's names, would it help if we were, put some of the power in their hands where we're like, hey, if you're interested in it, here's some cards over here. You can fill it out and like throw it in a fish bowl or some other collection bowl that we have, to where like we give them the choice that we're not going to force you to do it. It's your choice to fill it out if you want to, or if you don't, after explaining to them, how this works and so on and so forth. But if I feel like if we shoot a little power their way, they'll feel better, because it's kind of like a teenager, right? You tell them what to do and they don't do it. But if you tell them something completely the opposite, they'll probably do it. I was wondering, how do you guys think that would work?
I think that would work excellent. The other thing that brought to mind is that ask them a question again. If I do XYZ, will you do XYZ? So if I send you a video, if I send you a 3-minute video, will you watch it? You watch it? Great. What's your phone number? What's the best method? Do you want it by phone, text, or do you want it by email? And then again, go into the InTouch app. That is such a beautiful tool to be able to be using. And it makes it easy so that then you're not having to do all of the information telling. Okay. Because remember, also, if you're trying to work on getting people as a potential brand partner, if you're giving all of the information in the way back of their mind, or sometimes even the front of their mind, they're going, oh, I can't learn all of this information. I can't do this. Whereas if you rely on the tools do the talking for you. And another thought would be, Casey, for you is that if I show you this 3-minute video, would you want to watch it right now? And just put it on your phone and hand the phone to them. And then, if they want more information, great. What's the best way for me to send you information? By text or by email? And get it that way. Yep, there you go, Heidi.
That's a great idea. I'm gonna try to get maybe a larger iPad. Maybe that would work better because my phone is pretty small.
Okay, there you go. iPads work great. So, or any kind of other electronic device. Now, if you have a booth that's large enough and you want to put a laptop on, you can have the video looping, running over and over again on your laptop. So, the 3-minute one. So that's another idea to just have it right there. If you had it on an iPad, you might have to keep your eyes on it because sometimes they can walk. So they grow legs.
Okay.
So, but if you're holding it and you can say, here, watch this. So, okay. So next up is Greg and Amico. So let me unmute you. Okay. You're on.
Question, if it's possible to, on Vistaprint website to add like a QR code where it's easy for them to just scan it and takes you right to whatever website you want, whether it's your personal website or whether it's your LifeWave website. I ran into a lady that was a LifeWave distributor from another branch company leg, and she had QR codes on her card that she made. So I thought that was pretty interesting. People can just take that snapshot or
Right. QR codes are good. And on your table display, you could do a QR code on your on a piece of paper and just print it out. And there are QR code generators that are free. One's called Flow something or other. I can't remember exactly what. But if you just Google free QR code generator, then it will bring it up, and you can make your own QR code, have it linked to whatever you want. The other thing is that before the convention, I had put together a phone, what do you call it? It's before your phone opens up, a landing page, I think is what it's called. Anyway, that instructions is at the bottom of the resources library under promotional materials, and you can do that. And so you can have that right on your phone, or you could do it right on a tablet. So those are other good ideas.
I didn't know if that was a possibility on the Vistaprint where you can order.
Oh yeah. And if it's not accessible that way right now, I'll take a look at those business cards and see if we can have a spot on there where you're going to have to generate, I think, the QR code. I don't think that Vistaprint will generate it for you.
Right.
So you'll load it up as a picture, but we need to make the card so that there's space on there for you to be able to put a picture, or maybe quote unquote QR code.
Even maybe have the option of adding information to the back.
Yes. Yes, you could put a QR code on the back and you could put, text on the side there. We can maybe come up with some bullet points that are questions. Got pain? Want to increase your, Heidi's got 2 phones.
They work on both. They work on both Android and iPhone. What's interesting is if you send it to someone on your InTouch, on your LifeWave, on your Android phone, you'll be able to see it seconds later on your iPhone, and you can literally hand them that phone and they can walk and watch the video. I literally have both phones at a booth. It depends. And I always ask my customers, do you have Android or iPhone?
Well, it doesn't much matter from InTouch perspective because InTouch sends to either. So
I know, but we have a lot of people in the chat that are asking if it's iOS, and it is iOS compatible, the InTouch app.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to confirm that it is accessible on both.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to the chat. Sorry. I've been trying to focus on the rest of you.
You're doing fabulous, Liz. You're doing absolutely wonderfully.
Thanks. Okay, so Joyce, you're up next, and I'm going to unmute you.
Our pleasure. Okay, just real quickly, I'm at the gym, so I'm sorry for the background noise, but I just put a QR code monkey link in the chat. A friend of mine referred me to that yesterday, so it's a way to generate free QR codes.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for doing that. All right. Do we have anyone else that's let's see, let's do gallery. That's okay. Victoria, you've got your hand raised. Okay, so I just did you?
Hey, Liz, I know that you are the QR code master. So I am looking for a QR code generator that is editable so that I can change the QR code that I have already embedded in something.
I think that I think it's called Flowchart, which is, it's whatever it is, it's Flow something or other, allows you to go in and edit it afterwards. I do know that the Alive card that I suggested for making your phone landing page, that I know is editable.
Okay, if you could if you wouldn't mind, either put that in the chat so that I can take a screenshot or throw something up on Live Younger Success for those of us, because we generate something and then afterwards it's kind of like, oh shoot, I sent them to the regular page and I really should have sent them a pre-populated cart, and I'd love to be able to go in and have us be able to edit our QR codes. I think it'd be helpful for everybody to know how to do that.
Okay, it's called Flow Code. I just found it.
Fabulous. Thank you so much.
HTTPS:// there you go. So
thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Does anyone else have any last comments that they'd like to share? Janet, hello, Janet.
Hi, sorry everybody, I was signing up a customer.
Oh, okay, no problem.
I heard you had a question.
No, we'll talk afterwards.
Okay.
Okay.
Great, thanks.
Okay, well,
is Janet presenting tonight? That's what I want to know.
Yes, I am. I
love it. I love it.
Okay, thank you. I love everybody's support too.
Oh, great. So Janet made, as I had mentioned earlier, she made a really nice image that it's Got Pain banner that is now in the resources section, and it's a picture of a guy holding his shoulder, and I think that that's just really great how she did that. So thank you, Janet, for that. And if anybody else has any
I have a quick question, Liz.
Okay, hold on just a second, Brady.
Okay.
If anybody else has any banner images that you want to share, if you put it in the Live Younger Success, not Live Younger Success, Live Younger Facebook page, we could take a look at that and then see if that would be something that we'd want to share with everybody. So, okay, Heidi, go. You're on.
So I would like to know, I haven't done a watch party since my former business 2 years ago on Facebook. I totally forget how to do it, but isn't it possible to do Janet's presentation tonight through a watch party on your own Facebook link? And
No,
if so,
because we're not broadcasting to there.
Okay, then never mind. I was just hearing that there were people doing watch parties for the Blitz calls, and I wanted to know how.
Probably what I suspect that they're doing is they're either doing them at their home.
Oh, so it's physical watch party. Got it.
Or saying, you know, just using that terminology when they're inviting people to watch the presentation. We're going to be doing a watch party, and here's let me share the web URL with you.
I love it. Thank you. I needed that clarification. Appreciate it.
So, yeah. So anyone else have anything that they want to share before we conclude today's Thursday morning? Where are the banners and art, please? Only LYS, and can't find the banners. And I'm still working on putting them up. So they're down in the library resources section. And I think it's item number 6. So if you're at the top of the Live Younger Success page, let me go there real quick and look. Library resources. And yep, number 6, home meeting and events, docs and videos. So if you go there, that's where I'm starting to load. It's on a third row of items. So they'll be coming. There's pieces that are still being worked on that will be going into there probably over the next week or two. So, and lastly, before we conclude, I just want to say that Gregory and Robin are having a fabulous, wonderful time in Italy. They've been going all over on their tour. They did a 4-hour high-speed train ride down to, I think it was Venice, today. And so they're there in Venice, and they've been just sharing a lot of pictures. So I think that they're going to have some great, wonderful stories to share with us when they get back. So we hope that they really enjoy their vacation. Thanks, Adele. Well, I guess that's going to conclude our call today. So let me see if I can unmute everyone, and you can say goodbye. Let's see. Ask all to unmute. There we go.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, Liz.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Liz.
Great info.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Liz. That was awesome.
Give her chocolate
Great
cake.
information.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Have an awesome day.
Bye.